Hi guys, so today we're going to be talking about the most haunted door in the whole world. Its name is Robert. Robert the Door is a supposedly haunted door stored in 𝒟𝓃𝒶 Museum, Key West, Florida. This museum was built in 1862 as extra protection for Key West and to defend against the possibility of Confederate sea assault. This door is over 100 years old and was donated to Key West in 1994 when it became a popular tourist attraction. Robert the Door once belonged to Robert Eugene Otto. Ever since Otto had received the door, he became attached to it. According to legend, Otto would blame Robert for any mishaps that happened around the house. At the beginning, adults would just laugh off and think of it as an excuse, but as Otto grew older, his parents started to notice odd occurrences. Otto's family were very wealthy at the time, so he grew up in a stately home called the Artist House. In this house, Robert could be seen positioned at the upstairs window. Many children and anyone who walked past the house would say that Robert would sometimes appear and disappear at different times of the day. This is one of the reasons people would avoid the house when possible. Despite all of the obvious fear of Robert Eugene had as a child, he still kept Robert as he grew up. For a short period of time, Otto had actually left the house to focus on his career. When he had returned to the house, he came back as an artist. He was married to his wife, Annette, who was known to detest Robert so much that she supposedly banished the door to the attic. However, Eugene didn't like this much, so he requested for Robert to be placed in what they called the turret room, because according to Eugene, Robert wanted a room with a view of the street. Eugene spent all of his time in the room with Robert that Anne felt as if he was taking her husband away from her. Otto would stay in the room all day painting and talking to the door until his death in 1974. The story of Robert Eugene Otto doesn't end with his death. The door story continues on for years and the legend is still ongoing today. After Otto died, a woman named 𝒟𝓃𝒶 bought the house. She was also known to be Robert's caretaker following the sale of the house. She found many of Eugene's stories were true and would find Robert in an entirely different place to where she had left him earlier in the day. Visitors who came to meet her didn't like Robert and also found that he would disappear and appear when he wanted to. Visitors and 𝒟𝓃𝒶 would claim that Robert would have an evil, sinister expression whenever someone talked about Eugene Otto in a negative way. In 1994, 𝒟𝓃𝒶 donated Robert the Door to the 𝒟𝓃𝒶 Museum in Key West, Florida, where he still is today. It is said that if you take a picture of Robert in the museum without his permission or talk about him in a negative way, you will be cursed. This has happened many times, and people who have done this would write letters to the owners of the museum to say sorry to Robert about what they had said. It was so serious that the museum had been sent over 10,000 apology letters, and many even flew back to Florida to apologize to him in person. Not only this, but staff have also found Robert in different positions inside the glass case, although no one can touch it. They have also heard footsteps around the museum with no explanation for the noise. Robert's expression has also been known to change from neutral to sinister in the blink of an eye.